弥陀佛。厨房主的秀英师姐，她的手机是粉红色的，她刚刚在工作的时候丢掉了。如果有谁看到的话，请您交到示意台这边。那个手机有写着秀英师姐的名字，请大家注意一下。如果看看谁是有看到一个手机是粉红色的，请您交到示意台这边，谢谢。厨房主这边有捡到一个相片，是有个男士戴着眼镜，还有一个女孩子是长头发，跟一个婆婆她是短头发的看看谁是有丢掉一张相片，可以到示意台这边来领取，谢谢。再跟大家通告一下，如果有谁有捡到一个手机是粉红色的，写着秀英师姐的名字，请您交到示意台这边来，谢谢。示意台这边有捡到一个写着 Body Sport 的袋子，里面有一个莲花，应该还有一个午餐，有一个粉红色的眼镜。 程，做观想大礼拜，以拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印，四平等于其手，请主持人敬献哈达，以表最崇高敬意。 让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊的赐福。
His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, the founder and the lineage guru of True Buddha School, today will be presiding over hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva Homa fire offering ceremony. He just accepted the offering of hattas from the primary supplicants, and now he's blessing the offering items for the Homa. Thank you for your blessings, His Holiness. Now we are inviting His Holiness to take the Homa throne. Inviting Simu to take the Dharma seat, inviting all the masters and venerables to please take the seats, inviting all participants to please take the seats. Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. First, let's offer our gratitude to our lineage Guru for presiding over this hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva Homa fire offering ceremony. Let's also extend a warm welcome to Simu and all participating masters, venerables, distinguished guests, and all participants from all over the world. The hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Clap twice and snap your fingers as a wake-up call. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Padma Kumara. Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the Guru Mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom.
Recite purification mantras and the Ati mantra. Recite invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo White Mahapadma Kumara. Namo Self-Mastery Lotus Light Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Pond. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Namo True Buddha School 8 Primary Deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akala. Namo 4 Heavenly Kings. Namo Sima Bodhisattva. Rainbow Temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Order, at the True Buddha Seattle Temple, and abode at the Southern Mountain. Rainbow Temples, Mountain God, Earth God, Plant God, Wind God, Water God, Heavenly Fire God, Dragon Gods, and all divinities as well the City God, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization. First to Root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Great mandala offering. From the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the main deity, Namo Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, in the middle to all Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to allow us civilization. Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Reset the mantra. Armor protection formed by Vajraklaps Mudra. Recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times.
Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali. 恭请圣尊坐转诸名加持。
Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with mala.
恭请圣尊金刚灵除结界，加持报名表格
Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the registration forms and the offerings.
Inviting
His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the fire pit and set ceremonial demarcation around it. Inviting His Holiness to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnesization, subjugation, and birth to deliverance. Please recite the Hat mantra of the main deity of Homa today, the High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. Om
Om Soha Soha, Om
Recite the heart mantras of the 8 principal deities and incan Buddha Amitabha.
Om Banamo Ling Toling Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samo Ye Soha. Om Zheli Zuli Zunti Soha. Om Zhenbala Chaleng Chala Ye Soha. Om Ah Hom Beza Guru Bema Siddhi Hom Se. Om Ah Hom Guru Be Ah Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. Deata Om Bekazia Bekazia Maha Bekazia Naza Samo Katahe Soha. 南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。回向。
Every dedication may all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying fourfold generosities from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death like the Buddha, may we liberate all. We dedicate the merit of this ceremony to our lineage Guru. May you stay healthy, live a long life, with great self-mastery, continuously in samsara to turn the Dhamma wheel.
恭敬圣尊坐众回向
Inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the High King Kuan Yin. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the High King Kuan Yin. We pray to High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva to guide the birth of spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. We pray to High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva to bless all participants and all sentient beings with affinities. May their karma be eradicated, may they gain good health, live a long life, and be auspicious. We pray to High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva to bless us with ample resources. We pray to High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva to bless us with harmony, love, and respect. We pray for the sufficient wisdom may everybody be able to chant High King Kuan Yin Sutra, and may they get the blessings of High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva and spiritual response. May all wishes fulfilled, may all be auspicious, may they have self-mastery. Namo High King Kuan Yin, please protect us with auspiciousness during the day and at night. Please protect us with auspiciousness during day and night, and may all sentient beings be auspicious. May all be auspicious, perfect, safe, and happy. Please bestow all sentient beings. The High King Kuan Yin Bodhisattva and the 7 Buddhas and the assembly Please bless all participants. May all true Buddha disciples be able to see Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. May they leave behind suffering and attain happiness. May they increase their good karma. May they eradicate their bad karma. May they gain boundless radiance. May they enhance their fruitions to beautify the Buddha lands. Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra, Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. And to the gods in heaven, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May all obstructions, may all afflictions, may all enemies and enmities vanish. He said 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 ban kha wen sa wa ta tha ka ta pe za ma mi man cha pe za pa wa ma ha samaya sa to a hom pe om pe za sa to samaya ma lu pa na ya pe za sa to te lu pa di cha za zo me pa wa su to kha yu me pa wa so po kha yu me pa wa ano la to me pa wa sa wa ha si ti me po ra ya cha sa wa ga ma su za me ji ta mo si ni ren go do hop ha 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 ban kha wen sa wa ta tha ka ta pe za ma mi man cha pe za pa wa ma ha samaya sa to a hom pe om pe za sa to samaya ma lu pa na ya pe za sa to te lu pa di cha za za me pa wa su to kha yu me pa wa so po kha yu me pa wa ano la to me pa wa sha wa ha si ti me po ra ya cha sa wa ga ma su za me ji ta mo si ni ren go do hop ha 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 ban kha wen sa wa ta tha ka ta pe za ma mi man cha pe za pa wa ma ha samaya sa to a hom pe 做观想大礼拜。
Homa choosing visualization, first to the Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release samudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release samudra. Third to all advocates and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release samudra. Fourth hand bow. Recite completion mantra. Now please stand up and join our palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching seat. Please take your seats.
让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢圣尊莲生活佛主坛这么殊胜
Let's
珍贵
give
的
a
护
great
摩大
round
法
of
会。
applause to our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, for presiding over this precious Homa fire offering ceremony. Now, let us all join our palms, and with the greatest reverence, we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teachings. Let's pay homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And Master Dupten Tachi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, hiking Guanxin, hiking Avalokiteshvara. Simon, Tanzhen Jatso, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, all disciples present here and over the internet. Our participating VIPs today are Madam to Daniel, Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway, Dharma Sister Judy, and Law Advisor to Buddha Foundation, the Attorney Lu Wenxiang, Accountant to Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband, Larry. And from Hong Kong, Professor Liang and family, Dr. Ryan Zhuang, Dr. Su Lin, and the PR Director of Buddha Taiwan Temple, Dharma Brother from Yewon, and the advisor to the Overseas Chinese Republic of China, Mr. Mac. And a well-known songwriter from Hollywood, Dharma Brother Yong and his mother. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Let me announce that next Sunday, on August 5th, there will be Mahabala Homa fire offering ceremony. And Mahabala is right here. This deity is Mahabala. He's extremely majestic and formidable. And his mudra is like this. The subjugation mudra, the mantra,
Om Mahapalaya Hom Hom Pei.
And that was the mantra
Mahapalaya Hom Hom Pei.
to ward off all the ghosts. And the heart mantra is Om Mahapalaya Soha. And his image or appearance is like right here, as you can see. So he's one who is in contract with True Buddha School. He's a great protector of True Buddha School. So, due to his ceremony, due to the affinity with Mahabala, we finally expose XX. Today we had the Homa of hiking Avalokiteshvara of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. In China's history, Wei and Jin, the northern and southern dynasties, during the Tang and Song dynasties, hiking Kuan Yin Sutra was very popular during these dynasties. And it was extremely, or it is extremely responsive. So the responsiveness of hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva and hiking Kuan Yin Sutra is extremely responsive. This is a sutra that is extremely responsive. One time I visited Japan. At Shikoku, the Kobudaishi built about 88 temples, big and small. We made a pilgrimage to the 88 spiritual centers. And at this 88 spiritual centers of Shikoku, we also found a Japanese version of hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. So this sutra was not only widespread in China, but also in Japan. So it went from China to Korea, then to Japan. So the sutra is extremely marvelous. And the first time when I was at the Jade Emperor Temple, the abbot there was called Si Huiling Venerable, and he gave me this sutra. And I felt that this sutra has close connection with me. And then later on, hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva pointed to me. Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra is short, but for emergency, and if you're urgent, it's okay if you just chant the name of the sutra. So that's her instruction to me. You can just chant Namo Hai Gao Wang Guan Si Yin Jing, which means Namo Hiking Guan Si Yin Sutra, and immediately he would hear and help. I have written in my book, right? If you join your palms in front of your shrine, And you recite the Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra continually. Then you become purified. Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra. Then your head would become white, purified. The whole head becomes white and purified. And then you recite again Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra. Your neck would become purified. And then you chant again Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra. Your upper body is purified. And you chant again Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra. The lower body is purified. And then you chant again Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra. All the way to the knees are purified. And then by chanting again Namo Hiking Kwansin Sutra, your lower legs and feet are all purified. And every morning you chant this, your whole body would become purified. So this is a convenient method. It was not recorded in the sutra. But Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva told me this, that in the morning you can just recite my sutra's name once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Once for the head, twice for the neck, 3 times for the upper body, 4 times for the lower body, 5 times for the upper legs, and 6 times for the lower legs. This way your whole body is purified. That's a very convenient Dharma method. And in my new book, I will write it. And it will be even better if you recite the sutra, that it can alleviate the sufferings of life and death and eradicate all kinds of harms and poisons. And the other thing is there are 7 Buddhas seated on his head. He's the Dharma brains of the 7 Buddhas. And the 7 Buddhas of the past are Vipashin, Shikin, Visvabhu, Krakuchanda, Kanakamuni, Kashyapa, and Sakyamuni Buddhas. They were the 7 Buddhas of the past. And one time we went to Japan. The transliteration in Chinese is of Krakuchandra Buddha is Ji Liu Sun Fo. I went to Japan and to visit the mountains and the ancient temples. And the Buddha that was enshrined at one of the temples was the ancient Buddha Krakuchandra. But the Japanese Ji became dog, go. You know, I just thought because the ancient Japanese use Han characters because they adopted Chinese culture. So when you visit Japan, and then if you need to, you can write Han Chinese characters, and the elder generation would be able to understand. And then I visited a temple that enshrined Krakuchandra Buddha, in Chinese Ji Liu Sun Fo. but they made a mistake, and Ju, the character, looked like goat, which is dog. That's a huge difference, right? So, in China, it spread from India. There were 16 arhats, not 18. And one of the arhats' name was rather long, so they split it into two. Pindo Lu Bolo Do was the name of one arhat, but they split it into Pindolu Arhat and Loboto Arhat. So one Arhat became two Arhats. So that was a mistake made in China. So it became 18 Arhats. Originally, there were 16 Arhats in India, and there were two Arhats with long names. And they split the names into two names each. So 16 became 18 arhats. And because of that, they added Maitreya and the Emperor Wu of Liang to become 18 arhats. So the difference between 16 arhats in India and 18 arhats in China. And then the Krakuchanda Buddha that spread from China to Japan, it became a dog Kuchanda. Ji became Go. So sometimes these things happened. So Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra had 7 Buddhas seated on top of her crown. So she's the Dharma Prince of the 7 Buddhas. And the Dharma Prince of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas is Vajrasattva. So when we chant the karma eradication mantra of the 7 Buddhas, is the same as reciting the mantra for hiking Kuan Yin. She looks extremely dignified, wearing the 7 Buddha crown and has the appearance of a Buddha. Her face is round as a full moon. Her right hand forms the Dharma teaching mudra, and left hand forms the mudra of equality, where she wears a multi-layered celestial dress inscribed with 7 Buddha mantra, adorned with necklaces, earrings, bracelets, anklets, and a gold Sanskrit syllable on her back. She stands on a rainbow-colored lotus, and her entire body emits bright light that radiates throughout all the realms. If you want to check on the origin of hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, you can read the Hiking Sutra. It has its own origin. During the Tang Dynasty, it was extremely popular. And the Xixia Dynasty, all the people recited Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And in Tang Dynasty also. And in our China's history, Tang Dynasty is the most prosperous and glorious dynasty. That's because of hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. The most glorious one. Long ago, in the Zhang Yi prison in Singapore, In Singapore, there's only one prison, right? There were many criminals sentenced to death. And one of them was True Buddha School disciples. And he taught all these prisoners to recite the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And they chanted inside the prison until they emitted light. So, and because of that, after they were being cremated, they bore sariras. So the prisoners, they were on death row, wrote a letter to ask for refuge in Grandmaster. And after taking refuge, they chanted Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra until they all bore sariras. So it was truly responsive. So even the prisoners to be executed also rise to the Pure Land. Because I often mentioned Hanifa's dad and mom, they did not practice Dharma, but her father chanted Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra, and her mother also chanted the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And also chanted the Rudguru mantra or Padmakumara mantra. They only chanted these two things. And upon cremation, her father and mother bore sariras, and also Master Lian-Sheng. Hanifa's mother was the most interesting because a female lay practitioner could die sitting. She got up and she cooked that morning, made some dishes, and then she was prepared to go out. And then when she got to the door, she felt a bit dizzy, and then she sat on a chair and then passed away. She was not sick, and she still cooked in the morning. And then she was about to go out, and then she's about to leave, and then she got back and sat on a chair and then rested, and everybody thought she was resting, but actually she already left. So Hanifa's mother was called dying sitting. So as if she's taking a rest, closing the eyes. How could that be so marvelous? It's very, very, very rare. Just dying, sitting on a chair. So how Hiking Kuan Yin and Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra are incredible and incredibly responsive. So I've been protected by Hiking Kuan Yin. And the first sutra that I got was also the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And I've been reciting it ever since until now. I never stopped for a day, even when I'm traveling on the plane, or when I'm staying in a hotel. Every morning I would recite Hiking Guan Yin Sutra. And sometimes when I drive, I would also chant the sutra. But if there is something, then I would stop, and then I would repeat it afterwards, and I would complete the recitation every time. So Hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva is one of the bodhisattvas that I highly revere. I hope that every one of us would chant. It's very easy and short and powerful. And it also has the karma eradication mantra of the 7 Buddhas. And then also the Buddhas of the past, the present, and the future. And the billions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. It's an extremely supreme sutra. The first time, that was the 10 billion Vajra treasury Buddhas. The first time I saw the Hiking Guan Yin was at the San Yi Buddhist shop. I could not recognize her at that time, so I asked the shop owner, and he said that's the Hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva. This deity is also extremely beautiful, and on her garments there the mantra of the 7 Buddhas. Recently, I've been reading the biography of Tsongkhapa, and I have read it before, but recently, because I will transmit the Buddha Dharma of Tsongkhapa, so I took and reread it again. It turned out that he wrote a praise that praised Hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva. It turned out. And he also extremely admired Green Tara. And he praised the beauty of Hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva. I felt it's the same with me. One time, I had a vision of Hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva. As I closed my eyes in Taichung, his appearance, she's standing in front of me with her back toward me, and all of a sudden, she turned her head, and with a glimpse, I was dumbfounded. With that slight smile, it's unforgettable. That Guan Yin Bodhisattva was extremely beautiful. So the beautiful ladies of this world are like garbage. I never seen anyone that beautiful, with layers of celestial garment. And she turned her head and looked at me, and it really touched the strings of my heart, and it's unforgettable. There are no beauties on earth, and Guan Yin Bodhisattva is the most beautiful. Now let's continue on Lamdre. Oops. What's that?
这个今天要讲装扮装
说มันมา
什么声音啊？
What sound is that?
喇叭的声音是吧？观世音菩萨那么漂亮，喇叭也站起来。
Maybe because I was praising Hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva to be so beautiful that they'll make sound. The wheel of a rice pounder. So the body, as specified in the pith instruction, which is in the lotus position, the 7 postures of Vayakana, and the hands are clasping on the knees. The key for the mind is at the center, from the navel to the top knot. Clearly visualize the central channel as red and as thick as a medium-sized bamboo. The right and left channels being white, any size is fine. And then pound and mix the central channel and visualize the lower part of the central channel, a light drop like a beam, and pound and mix the 2 channels of cement and blood. First, pound and mix on inhalation. Relax the lower chi, push down the upper chi. Pound rhythmically the 2 channels to push it into the central channel. And the lower part of the central channel was pounded by the earlier light drop and pounded against the central channel. By practicing this way, it is easy to generate warmth. For the best kind of practitioners in one practice, for the mediocre kind in a day and night, and for the lowest kind of practitioners in 3 days and nights. When warmth has slightly been generated during the holding of the breath, pull back the lower chi, bring the upper chi to the abdomen, and combine them forcefully. If I don't explain it, you would never know what this is about. So pound and mix. Ooh. Oh. It's because of, is it because I moved this? Or because you were fixing it? I have too many cables on my body. Maybe it was too close together. Now it's fine after I moved that. I didn't intentionally move it. Just moved it. So it's like the wheel of a rice pounder, like a pounder or a bat, and you use this pounder, I just call it a pounder, like a rice pounder, to mix. This is a method to generate your inner fire very fast. Most people in their treasure-based energy yoga practice would have great difficulty generating inner fire. So how? It has to be fast and slow. But let me share a joke first. There's a snail. How do you say it in Chinese? Is that right? Not right? You said right to say 瓜牛.
到底哪个对啊？你们要讲
Which
清楚
one?
啊！瓜牛，瓜对不对？好了，瓜牛了。
Okay. 瓜牛.
啊，有一只母的瓜牛。
There's a female snail
刚刚怀孕
that just got pregnant.
这个瓜牛的丈夫啊，便慢慢带她，
And
准备
her
带她去
husband
医院。刚
was
刚怀孕就准备带她去医院。
taking her to the
这个
hospital.
母的瓜牛就很疑惑的问
And the
丈夫
female snail
我
was
才刚刚怀孕，
curious. I just got pregnant. Why do you want me
丈
to
夫
bring to the hospital so soon?
说老婆啊，
And the husband
等我们
replied,
走到医院了，孩子差不多也该生。
by the time we arrive at the hospital, it's about the birth,
这是什么？
the time for birth.
瓜牛走得很慢。
What is that? That's because snails walk very slowly.
所以当他们走到医院，就差
So
不多
by
孩
the
子
time they arrive at the hospital, the baby
还有
is
一个笑
about
话是这样子。
to be born.
现在有一个人在家里，在寒冬的时候在家里，
Someone at home in the winter
门外有
time
敲门声音，
and
他
was
开门看， 原来是一只
putting
瓜
on
牛
fire. And then there was a knock at the door, and he opened the door, and there was a snail
这个人就
because
很
it's
生气
cold outside
就
and
一脚
wanted
把这个
to
瓜牛一踢就踢得很远，
enter the house. And the person was angry and kicked the snail
隔了
very
1
far
年以后呢，
and then closed
隔
the
了1
door.
年以后啊，
And then a year
又是一
later,
个寒冬的寒夜，他生气
at the cold
门外又有
winter
敲门
night,
声
as he
就
was
把门打开，又是那
making
只瓜牛
fire, he opened the door and
那
it
只瓜
was
牛
the
问
snail
这个
again.
屋子的主人，
And the snail asked the
你为什么踢我一脚？
owner, "Why did you kick me?"
你知道吗？他爬了1年才又爬回来，
He's been crawling for 1 year.
所以他表示说这个瓜牛爬得很慢。
So it meant
我们
that
在修行哦，
the snail crawl very
其实
slowly.
也应该学瓜牛的精神，瓜牛的精神，也要学瓜牛的
We
精
have
神
to learn the spirit of snails,
真的，
really.
不管怎么样子，总是会到达，早到跟晚到而已。
It doesn't matter. You will arrive just sooner or later.
它这边有双方的方式，
But if you want to ignite the inner fire fast, then there's this method of pounding
双方
and mixing.
最主要就是让你
This was
左
taught
右
by
脉
the Guru.
跟中
And
脉
most importantly,
交界地下
is
的地方，
at the forefinger width below the navel, the three
要把左右脉的气
the meeting point of the
灌进到
three
这个中脉里
channels
面
is to push
那
the
什么方法
qi
最
into the central channel. And what would be
现在
the
告诉
best
大家
method?
人不是有这个束腰吗？
Do you know?
女子
Now for
女生
women,
如果瘦
you
一点
have the
再胖一点，买一个束腰
corset.
束腰，
It's
以
like
前没有，以前在
something
哪
to
里有
bind
束腰
to bind your waist to make it smaller.
听得懂吗？啊，男生是因为你为了调整你的脊椎或者你的骨，要这个腰部要束上腰。
You know, for men,
腰带，那个骨
for
带
men, people
因
wear
为
that
是
belt
缠
because
带
they may harm their
缠带
backs or
用这个
spines.
用布
But at the time of Milarepa, they use
把
this
腰部绑
kind of like
主要
cloth
三
band
两个脉是这样，左右脉、中脉、
to
脉
bind your middle part very
到中脉的
tightly.
时候
So central, left and right channels, and at the meeting point, you bind it tight so that the left and right channels are getting closer to the central channel, so that the breath that you take in can go into the central channel easily. So in your meditation, if you wear this belt to bind, it would be easier to ignite the inner fire. And then you use both hands to rub your navel chakra 14 times this way, another 14 times counterclockwise, until it's warm, because there's a pilot fire as big as a bean right there. All the body temperature came from this point, about 4-finger width below the navel. So all the temperature was rise from this point. So that's why you want to bind them tight, that area. This is extremely important. And second, you use the power of rubbing to make the qi. When you're holding the breath during the treasure vase energy yoga, you use your hands to push and rub and press, so that the qi of the two channels enter into the central channel. And this is called the wheel of the rice pounder. And if that doesn't work, you beat on it. See this, you press and rub 14 times to the right, 14 times to the left, until it gets warm, and then you press, you push, so that the qi from the left and right channels enter into the central channel. You use this way. This is also a method. And when you breathe in through the left and right channels to the navel chakra, and you need to make it enter the central channel, because the qi in the left and right channels are the convenient qi, and the qi inside the central channel is the wisdom qi, and that could make the inner fire to rise quickly. So you need to use pressing, pushing, beating, rubbing, and binding the waist, and all kinds of methods to make it enter into the central channel. The pith instruction written here is not so clear, but what the Guru taught was a lot clearer. By this corset, so when you inhale, your tummy doesn't get bigger, but actually becoming smaller. When you breathe in, your tummy becomes smaller, not bigger. When you exhale, then your tummy becomes bigger. It's the opposite, the exact opposite of ordinary breathing. Ordinary people would have their tummy bigger when they inhale and smaller when they exhale. But in this case, it's the other way around. When you breathe in, the tummy is becoming smaller or tightening, and then it becomes relaxed when you exhale. So this is the pith instruction taught by the Gurus. Not like XX. She's always showing her big belly, and she said that because she's practicing qi, that's why she has big tummy. Don't you remember? One time we visited Japan and XX also went, and we had a bowl of ramen and she had 3 bowls. And we're full, having a bowl of ramen, young and old, men and women, but for her, she had to eat 3 bowls, at least 2 bowls, because we didn't wait for her to finish the third bowl. So we had the bowl and she had 2 bowls, at least. She ate a lot. It was quite shocking. Her followers would know. So her big tummy was due to cause and effect. You all love to talk about cause and effect, karma. So your tummy is big because you eat too much, not because of practicing. Qi, like Manjushri, Bodhisattva, and Vajrasattva have a slim waist and flat tummy. Because when you take in qi, actually your tummy is tightened. So your tummy is not because of the qi practice, it's because of the beef noodle soup. So what a blabber. She's always talking nonsense. A true qi practitioner would tuck in their abdomen. As part of the Vaikana 7 postures, you have to tighten your abdomen. So when you breathe in, you should tighten your abdomen. And when you breathe out, you relax the abdomen. So rub, press, push, beat, and most importantly is to make the qi of this left and right channels into the central channel. Once it enters, the light of light drop the size of bean would be ignited to become inner fire. So please pay attention. When you're practicing inner fire, you want to buy the corset, so that the 3 channels are getting closer together. And the qi would blow on the light of the light drop to ignite the inner fire. Just remember, when you practice until the inner fire is about to be ignited, you have to use a very forceful, quick breathing to blow on the inner fire to ignite it. And that's called the forceful breathing. And I have taught that you have to use the Vajra martial arts so that the 3 channels are flowing and open and no blockage. And one of them I taught this. You sit and then you twist. The upper body doesn't move, you just twist the wrist. And the hands on the wrist. When you're in meditation posture, one hand is in front of you, one hand is behind you. And then you twist like this. That's a method to help the left and right channels to enter into the central channel. This is one of the Vajra martial arts or Vajra fist exercise. So by twisting the waist back and forth, that you can make the chi to enter into the central channel, and you do it during holding the breath. When you do the treasure-based energy yoga, the upper chi and the lower chi combine, and then you twist the waist, and by twisting, the chi of the left and right channels enter into the central channel. That's a Vajra fist exercise, and you can use this method. Now, can you do it? By practicing this way, it is easy to generate warmth. For the best kind of spiritual root in one practice. So people with the best kind of spiritual roots, immediately they would ignite the inner fire. But for the mediocre spiritual root, they would do it a day and a night. And for the lowest spiritual root, 3 days and nights. Of course, you cannot practice it day and night, but you just do it as much as you can. And you need to learn the spirit of snails. By practicing for a long period of time, the chi will enter into the central channel, and then you would be able to ignite the inner fire. So you need to bind your waist, you need to twist your waist, you need to beat and pound and press and rub. So it was not easy for Milarepa to practice the inner fire, and the Guru also taught us how to do it. When the warmth has been generated during the holding of the breath, pull back the lower chi and bring the upper chi to the abdomen, press on the upper chi and combine them forcefully. And that means you do the forceful breathing. Use the forceful breathing to use the treasure-based energy yoga, and then press, push, rub, and then twist the body to make the chi to enter into the central channel. Once the chi enters into the central channel, then warmth would be generated, and then the blissful feeling will also be generated. You would also feel blissful. Recently, I've been reading the X Lotus Society magazine, and there was an article written by Lian-Sheng. She wrote in 1992. It's about 26 years ago. At the beginning, January or February of 1992, XX chapter moved to a bigger place. So, because of the move, they had no use of the altar table, like the offering or the altar table. So she wanted to make money and auction it. So Lian-Sheng bought the altar table. Once she brought it home, As soon as she set it up that evening, that night, there were many ghosts visiting her house, came to her house. So she did the armor protection, Om Guru Ranjari. While she was sleeping, she did the armor protection. She chanted Om Guru Ranjari, Om Guru Ranjari, Om Guru Ranjari 3 times, and the ghost left. And then another ghost came because there were so many ghosts. So she chanted Om Guru Ranjari all night until daybreak. Because she auctioned the altar table from the XX chapter. So that night she was visited by many, many ghosts. That was 26 years ago. So she already raised and employed ghosts at that time. There were ghosts already. When I saw this article, I took a note of it. So altar table was for enshrining Buddhas. How could the ghosts follow it? That's beyond thinking. Because we have Buddhas, so all that appear are the Buddhas, and she had ghosts, so all that appeared are ghosts. Master Lian-Yen. Master Lian-Yen's mother in Panama also bought the bed that the witch slept on. So she was selling the bed that she slept on too. Maybe I can sell my funeral. Geez, she sold everything. So Master Lian-Yen's mother bought XX bed and thinking that she would have good night's sleep. But it turned out no. After that, she became very hot-tempered and insomnia. And she had insomnia. And she wanted to kill herself. And she became very irritable after sleeping on the witch bed, and they did not know what happened. She wanted to kill herself. And because it was infested by bugs, so we threw it away. So she was disturbed for a long time. How long? Over 2 years. And she became very bad-tempered. And one time, just because of a minor thing, she got a knife and wanted to kill herself and to scare everybody in the family. And we didn't know why her temper became really bad. and then wanted to kill herself. And then after we threw away the bed and we encouraged her to chant Root Guru mantra, and then she's gotten better gradually, and her temper has gotten better gradually. So she slept on it for 2 years. And when she stopped sleeping on it, then she gradually got better. So she was being disturbed by the ghost too. So that's why a disciple from Indonesia made an offering of hatha to her, and then she placed the hatha on the neck of that Indonesian disciple, and the ghost entered into her body, and it affected the whole family, including the 4 sisters and the mom and dad. So the witch body is filled with ghosts. Usually when we have attainment, all of our skin pores are filled with Buddhas, but all of her skin pores are filled with ghosts. So please be careful if you have made offerings of hatha to the XX before. Yesterday, I told my wife that she looks about the same before or after makeup, and the wife was very happy. Was very unhappy. And then the friend said, "Well, of course." Well, I said something else, but she got even angrier. What did you say? That it's a huge difference before you put makeup and after makeup. And she also got very angry, saying that no big difference before and after makeup, she's unhappy. But saying there's a big difference before and after makeup, she's still unhappy. What should you say then? Dad told the son, last time you got 320 for your exam and I beat you for 20. And how about this time? There's no need for you to beat me because I got 0. One morning, the criminal A told B, I had a good dream last night. And B asked, how good was it? And A said, I forgot to pay the rent. And then the head of the prison got angry and kicked me out of the prison, the ward. A criminal escaped from the prison and caught back. Why did you escape? And then the criminal replied, because the food is really bad here. So how did you cut the barbed wires using the bun from lunch? Because the bun was so hard that you can cut the barbed wire with it. A told B, that woman over there is so ugly. And B said, oh, she's my wife. And then A said, oh, sorry. I said, the one on the left there. And then B said, oh, that's my sister. And then A asked, so which one is not related to you? That's why be careful when you speak. Otherwise, sometimes it doesn't go well. Okay, that's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢圣尊精彩宝贵的法语开示。
We are very grateful to His Holiness' precious Dharma teachings. In a moment, there would be the empowerment for the hiking Kuan Yin, hiking Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. And during the empowerment, please visualize the deity, form the mudra, and recite the mantra. This ends the English interpretation today. Please remember to return your receivers before you leave. Thank you.
恭敬圣尊为一会大众做高往观世音菩萨法灌顶，含有皈依灌顶。 结束了，还没有接受灌顶的同们，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。还没有接受灌顶的同们，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。 让我们以热烈的掌声感谢圣尊慈悲赐授灌顶。恭请圣尊护摩过火。 做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印。 四平等一起手，护摩法会圆满吉祥结束了。非常感恩根本传承上师的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教及大家的护持，以及网络直播现场观看的观众，谢谢大家，功德无量。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.